I'm feeling like doing a walkthrough of some updates. I've been doing a lot. We've got new things to see. So, one of the things that I really enjoy most about having a YouTube channel, if you haven't noticed, hi, hello, I changed my channel name. Hopefully, nobody has a problem with that. I just felt like it was time. Sassy and Succulent ran its course, and now we're Sam with the plant. Anywho, one of my favorite things about making content is documenting my plant's progress. So I really love doing update videos, and it's like my own personal virtual journal as well, plant journal that I can look back on and kind of see for myself these updates and see how my plants have changed and grown, or if they haven't grown at all. And it's like, dang, you look like that 6 months ago. Maybe I need to change something because you're not doing so hot. So before we get into it, hi, how are you? I am Sam. These are my plants, and here we talk about all things houseplant related when I get around to posting. With that being said, yes, we are going to do some behind the camera walkthrough action today and just take a look at some updates all over, not in one specific area, just kind of everywhere. Grab a coffee, a tea, a water, a snack, get comfy. Let's look at some plants. I really want to switch things up with my plants. Like, I don't know. I like this. I don't like this. I would like to have some other something here in its place and some like better lights. I don't know. I think I'm going to be switching things up. And then my plant room too. This plant and these plants are kind of sharing this bosley. So that's an issue. Fair warning, my nails look absolutely atrocious. From wearing press-ons so much, it really has ruined my natural nails. So I'm trying to let them heal a bit. So just look over those. Not too much to see up here. This is a new plant. Actually, I should have included in the haul maybe, but it's got a dead leaf. Oops. It's a trailing jade that my friend gifted me, a piece off of hers. And look at all of this. All of this is new growth. It's loving life. It's just in this little like mason jar. Super cute. This guy, I need to treat him again for spider mites. I've already treated everyone in here today. Spider mites are just absolutely relentless in certain areas of my home, including my cabinet. This is this guy's new leaf, this curly guy. I love the like spiral that it has going on. It's pretty awesome. I'm excited to show you what I have done with some of my new plants also. I've put this little stool here to kind of like set each plant that I talk about on, but here's an update on my variegated money tree. This is the Milky Way that we had some rot issues with the roots, right? We're doing a lot better. I've got it restarted. All of these are brand new leaves. Right there's its newest leaf coming in. They come in so tiny, they're actually adorable. So it's looking pretty good. This leaf, it took it a minute to kind of get started back after the rot, but I think it's doing quite well. This leaf had some issues. I think this was like the first new leaf it gave me back, and spider mites kind of took out the rest of its leaves. But all of the leaves that have followed look quite nice. So I will take it. How cute these two tiny guys are. They're so nicely variegated. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 leaves back on this guy. I am thrilled because this was a huge wish list plant. Right here, so I chopped up my philodendron Florida Beauty because it needed it. It was just like super leggy and looking a little crazy. All white leaf back here, you can't really see. I don't think I'm gonna pull him out, but he is rooting in sphagnum moss down there, and this is the new leaf he just gave me. Hasn't even like fully hardened yet. Isn't it beautiful? It's such a good size too. Like, it's definitely now the largest leaf on this guy. So we have this cutting. I believe I have another cutting. No, I think I put them together. There's like 2 or 3 cuttings in here together. down in there. And then the mother plant's kind of starting over doing her own thing in the plant room. But I love this new leaf. This plant is just so pretty. I don't want to talk about this guy. Okay, he's a pain in my ass. Begonia listida. Let me pop up a photo whenever I got this plant of how much it has grown already. What a stellar begonia. And to be so gorgeous and like furry and velvety, like it's just a striking begonia. It is the easiest. Like it absolutely doesn't need to live in this cabinet. It does not need to, but I give her that anyway. She seems to be loving it. Whenever I got it, it was just really tiny. It was really small but full, and it was very light in color. It didn't have this dark, like deep black color to the leaves. And I believe when I unboxed it, I even said that. I said, oh, the one I had years ago was a lot darker than this. And somebody said in the comments, if you give it bright light, the leaves will darken up. Like they'll get darker. And I'm like, bet. So sure enough, it loves these grow lights in here. You can see the humidity. It was probably around 65 before I opened it. It's on 60 at the moment, so it stays pretty humid in here. It's quite nice. And then I have these fans in here. They're not on at the moment, but for circulation, to circulate the air. It did indeed very quickly size up and darken up. The leaves got super dark because that's why I love it. I love how black the leaves are. This is like a perfect Halloween plant. And then that lime green lightning bolt. It's amazing. I'm just shocked at how much it has grown and how well it's doing and how easy of a plant it is. Most just like striking begonias like this aren't this fuss-free and easy in my opinion, so we love that. Anthurium vici is doing some things. This was in a little 2-inch pot when I got it. So this was the last newest leaf right here. Other than that, it hasn't grown since I got it. But looking down here, we have a new leaf coming in right here, so that is very exciting. I'm anxious to see how big that leaf's going to be. That'll be the first new leaf since I moved it to a larger pot. So very exciting. Ice Queen Aglaonema back there is just always doing fabulous, so there's really no need to even stop and look at her. She's just like always on it. So I decided to chop up, we'll see the rest of the plant, my Syngonium chiapense variegated, because it was reverting. It was reverting, okay? And the spider mites, it's impossible. I just treated it. It's impossible to keep the mites off. That's why all of the leaves yellow like this. It's just so frustrating. So I chopped this back, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, I suppose, and to this leaf, because this is the most highly variegated leaf on the plant. And I kept the cuttings. We'll see them in a moment, and my hope is that this will push off a new leaf, a new growth point with some higher variegation. I want variegation on this plant. And this stem has, like, look at that variegation. I was just really disappointed with the lack of variegation on all the new growth. There was something. I thought I seen something happening. Okay, so there's an auxiliary bud right down here that could potentially turn into something. What is that? Interesting. I'm not sure what that is. That could potentially be a growth point, I suppose. There's something coming up out of there. Not too sure, but otherwise nothing really much to see. The cutting that I took is a top cutting, so it is pushing out a new leaf currently, so we'll see if it has any variegation. I also chopped this another wishlist plant that I love dearly, variegated Polybacha peperomia. Love her so much, but she was getting leggy. She was getting leggy. There's really no other reason because it's been growing well. I chopped it and stuck it down in here, and I kept the base of the plant, the mother plant, and it's already produced a new plantlet off of it. So we'll see that in the windowsill in a bit. But here's the cutting that I took. I don't know. I guess it's getting too much light in the cabinet, perhaps, because it's almost losing its variegation in here. I don't know if I would say losing, but it's just not as vibrant and like as it was. And then this leaf is like all green. I guess you can see the variegation around the edge of the leaf, but it's just like a green, not yellow. This leaf The mother plant, the baby she's pushing is variegated, so this is gonna go back in the window where it was living because it was just growing so well and the variegation was perfection. And I think this is too much light in here and it doesn't like it. But I mean, all of this is new growth. Maybe this isn't a new leaf because it's further down the stem. This could be an older one. There's another new leaf coming in right there. This is a really good grower. I love this plant. So, I mean, I'm just glad it's growing and doing well. But I'm glad that I kept the mother plant because if this one does revert, like, the other one's not, so it's fine. Now that it's like, I think it's actually rooting, I can probably take it out of here and put it back in the window and get it straightened out. But I did chop that plant. In this video, you're going to see a lot of plants that I've chopped up and propagated. I haven't filmed doing that. I just did it, and now I'm going to film like the results of that, I guess. This is my Anthurium crystallinum forgittii cross. And I love it. It just keeps struggling with spider mites. If it wasn't for the spider mites, this plant would be so much larger and like just so insane. I love forgittii. Oh my gosh. It would be so insane. And it's doing good. It's doing good. What? It's doing good. I can't speak. Speak, Samantha. It's doing well, okay? But it's, this is its newest leaf right here. And it's not had too awful long, and it's perfect. This is the one before it, and I'm like, what are you doing? But I still love it. I just did some funky stuff there. Perfect cavities for spider mites to hide in, though, can I just say? And because my cabinet is just so prone to spider mites, it's really difficult to keep up with these guys' treatments. It's so frustrating. And where they're all crammed in here, I can't like see. I don't have all eyes on each leaf at all times, to see when there's a new leaf coming in to be able to treat it really quickly. I love this crazy funky leaf here. And then I'm like, oh, this one's going to be absolutely perfect. And it is, but the spider mite damage is very much there. It's not discreet with it whatsoever. We have this lovely leaf back here, the oldest. It is putting out another new leaf right here. I just treated him today. He is in pawn. I just treated him today for spider mites, and I'm gonna like try to keep up on that in the next couple of weeks so that hopefully this new leaf here is not damaged by spider mites and it can be like, flawless. And I just think it's so funny. His inflow, like a lot of the times I'll remove inflows off my anthuriums, which is like any type of spath flower. But this one is so bright red from the light, I guess. It's like growing right up under this grow light. I think it's actually really pretty. It's like a hot pink color. I love it. So we're gonna leave that flower on him. Otherwise, he's doing great. Not too awful much to see on my Violinorium. I'm just so ecstatic to have another Violinorium. I love this plant dearly. I've wanted one for so long. I had a small one years ago that I think I ended up like selling it or giving it away. I really don't remember, but I got rid of it because it was a seedling and it like grew well for a year or so, and then it was just having so many setbacks. I got rid of it and I was like, I'm gonna get another one, like a more mature one day, and it just took me a long time because these guys were pretty expensive. I finally got another one and I just love it. I love it so much. And I thought that it was pushing. Oh, it is. I thought that was a new leaf. That's going to be a flower, it looks like, but we do have what appears to be a new leaf coming in right here. So very exciting. This was his newest leaf that he gave me. And I love him. He's pretty well perfect. I don't want to talk about this mess. I'm about to throw this away, this El Chaco. I've tried to grow them so many times, and it's just like never-ending issues. The spider mites take them out. Every time they put off a leaf, the spider mites will take them out. I'm so over the El Chacos. Okay, and then up here, I'm really excited to show you what I did with my carnivorous plants. So for now, this is what I have done. Look, this guy is catching flies. He's catching fungus gnats in my cabinet. That is new. That wasn't on there yesterday. So I'm so happy that they can be in here and catch flies and like eat and live their best lives. So I've left them in. Okay, so I have my Pingulicula gypsicola, right here. I am a little worried about this babe because that flower is dying. One is dying and one is trying to open, and he just looks a little shrivelly, but hopefully he'll be all right. The pings are not rooted, so that's my concern with them. I've left them in their original pot, and I've set them in a dish of rocks and water, but they just keep sucking up all the water. So I'm like, I was told to like leave water in the dish and it'll take it as it needs it, but I can't keep water in the dish because they just keep sucking it up. And my Drosera, aka Sundew, yeah, like I said, catching all the flies. I love to see it. And she's flowering. That's the flower she had when I brought her home. It turned like black, so I don't think it's gonna make it. I don't know. But there's another one right there that is trying to open up. And then we have these new little leaves. It's looking so cute. I didn't get to plant it down in my pottery dish, but I still got to put it in it regardless. So I'm happy with that for now. And then this little ping here is lost so many leaves. It has like no roots, you guys. So I left it in the same pot. I just added some sphagnum moss under him. And yeah, he's also on a little pebble tray of water. Also trying to increase the humidity with that, of course. So we'll see what happens. And this, I love this so much. This is the Vix plant that my dear friend Ariel gifted me, a piece off of hers, and it was just a little tiny cutting that she had given me, a little clipping, and it has just, look, it has busted off with all of this new growth. It's like a little bush now. He's so cute. I love it, and it actually smells like Vicks Vapor Rub, so it smells like mint. It's in the mint family, and you can boil pieces of this to create the Vicks to smell, to open up your sinuses and stuff. Really cool. This beautiful variegated Waiitii. I need to get this repotted into a bigger pot soon, I think, but all in all, it's doing well. Lots of new growth. That Forgetii back there will not die. Just put off another new leaf. Spider mites keep trying to take him out too, but he's resilient. He's pushing forward. For Graves, right here, he's got, look at his new little leaves coming in. They're so cute. They're so cutie. This right here, I have had this damn Philodendron patriciae for like 2 years, and we've been trying so hard with it. It's taken forever, but I finally got another new leaf. It gave me these leaves. Oh gosh, that one that's how long that looks rough. My goodness. So I guess, what is that? What even is that little guy back there? That. Oh no. I don't even know when it did that. I don't know. I guess it gave me this leaf, but it's been a long time ago, like months and months and months ago. I don't know why it's been. Yeah, I need to like repot it or do something. Maybe I need to get it out of here and put it somewhere else because I just feel like for a philodendron, like this thing should look a lot different by now. It shouldn't look the same a year later with just like one more leaf. I don't get it. But yeah, very slowly pushed out this new leaf, and it is pretty perfect. It hasn't hardened yet, as you can probably see. This was a huge wish list plant for me. I want it so badly. I almost got rid of it several times because it just wouldn't do anything. So yeah, it's been a real struggle, and I haven't had any updates on it until now. So we do have this new leaf. It's quite a nice size, and I'm very pleased with it. And I'm just really hoping that it's gonna like take off, like get started, get going, and just take off because I want a full plan of this already. I want to be able to put it out in the house somewhere and have these big, long, gorgeous leaves like I do with my anthuriums, like my pallidiflorum and such. So it's just been, this guy has stressed me out, but I am proud of him. I hope that there's another growth point down in there that's going to come out like soon after. But I just think it needs a change. It's been in this cabinet this whole time, in this substrate, in this pot, and it's just not done much. So maybe if I like repot it and move it somewhere else, it will be happier, perhaps. But, you know, I'm not going to complain. I'll take what I can get. It's beautiful, nonetheless. I go into my kitchen. I'm going to show you my new planty setup in there. I've got new grow lights in there and stuff, and some fun stuff happening over there. So This is Anthurium bakeri. Hasn't done a whole lot. Was this the last newest leaf? I really don't remember. But it hasn't done a lot until now. This is the one that has like 3 new leaves coming in at once. So very, very nice. It'll focus. I will show you. Look at this little guy. 1 leaf right here. 1 leaf right here. Both brand new. And then we take a peek right here. In between those two, there is another one. It looks like it hasn't like unrolled yet, but so that's crazy. There's 2 or 3 different growth points in here. So hopefully in the next couple of months, this guy will kind of like, be a lot more full, but we're getting somewhere. Okay, really quickly, my pride and joy variegated Christmas cactus is still doing phenomenal. Still growing really nicely. I don't know, I guess he's taken a little bit of a break, but these white leaves here on the ends are pretty new. I can't wait for this guy to bloom. I'm really like hopeful that it might give even just like a couple little flowers this year around Christmas time. But it's just fantastic. What a joy this guy has been. See that new leaf there? It's just so awesome. I love how the new little leaves are like super bright red, reddish purple. And then you kind of get to watch the variegation come in and form as the little leaves grow in. Maybe I'll do a side-by-side of this one as well and like what it looked like. I think it was in November whenever I got it versus now. It's just really a happy guy. Really happy, really easygoing, really beautiful. Always new leaves everywhere. He's really branching out, I feel like. So that's awesome. And hopefully he'll be really full. Can't wait to see him in a year from now. This one is just really near and dear to my heart. Okay, it is. This little purple teacup. So cute. That's really all I wanted to show you in here. There's a couple other things we glossed over, but that's because there's really not much to see. Okay, really quickly, let me show you, before I show you my little plant setup over here, let me show you what I got for my new carnivorous plants. It just came today. The soil that I got, which was not cheap, by the way. This is the soil that I got for when I do repot them into a new little setup. It's organic carnivorous plant soil. I didn't want to take any chances. I'm like, I'm getting everything specifically for these guys. And I may end up getting some self-watering ceramic planters for them as well, even though they're expensive, because I just don't want to do anything to mess it up. I really want to put them in the new pottery that I bought, like this, but it doesn't have drainage, and though they would probably be okay, I just can't risk it. I don't want to kill them. I want to do everything by the book. So this is by, it looks like the brand Perfect Plants. So we will see. I just got a small bag for now because I only have 3 at the moment. I do plan on getting more, but if you've used this, let me know what you think about it. And then I also got, which I haven't even opened yet, a special plant food for my carnivorous plants. And this is it. It had really good reviews. Organic Marina Mist Foliar Kelp Spray for carnivorous plants. And as you can see, it comes in this little spray bottle. So that's nice. Hopefully my carnivorous guys will love this as well. So that's what I got for them. I'm very serious about my carnivorous plant collecting, okay? Let me just kind of give you guys a little, before we move over to this new little setup, a little update over here. So I chopped up my philodendron tortum. It's been doing ass for a long time. This is another plant that I found to be really difficult, is the tortum. Like, I don't know what it is, but I'm done. I will not get another one after this. So I just have it in this little jar of water. I also chopped up my syngonium that I've had since 2018. This was the white butterfly syngonium. It used to be so lush and full, and I've just honestly neglected it for so long. I really had no other option but to just kind of take the cutting of what was left of the foliage, reroot it, and restart it because I refuse to give up on it. It's a sentimental plant from the very beginning. This was probably one of the first like 10 plants that I brought into my collection, so it's very, yeah, it doesn't even look like a white butterfly anymore, but the poor guy's been so neglected. I hate that. So we're starting him over, and then I will not get another one of these either. The just fried eggs in general, I can't keep alive. It's like the spider mites. The plants that are super prone to spider mites, but not only that, that are deeply affected by the spider mites and damaged by them. Those plants, I don't have time for. And the fried eggs, variegated and non, are gorgeous, but they just can't survive the mites in this house. It's rooting down in here. This is my last ditch attempt to have the variegated fry deck because it has me so stressed out. I'm telling you what. So there's that. I'll hold this new leaf on my Peperomia maculosa right there, doing good. This I'm obsessed with. These flowers are kind of old now, but he does have some new uh, flower pods that are going to open up. He's been in bloom now for like 6 to 8 weeks, maybe a little longer, just nonstop with these gorgeous purple flowers. I love them so much, and this plant has grown so much. It's always growing, always flowering. I'm obsessed with this. This is Michael Malaria. Michael Malaria SP is what it says. Flowers don't last that long. Like they open up and they only last a couple of days before they start to like wilt and die. However, it just keeps pushing more flowers. So really love that. Love it. And then I had to cut up this peperomia, which is so upsetting because it has grown so much. This little like beanstalk dude, what's his name? Peperomia columella, I think. He rotted. I was noticing the leaves were looking a little rough, and I tugged on a stem and it was rotted. So I just have him in water, hopefully propagating. And my white ghost euphorbia is doing really well. It's hard to tell with these guys and like cactus in general if they're growing because they grow so slow, especially variegated like the white ghost. It's a pretty slow grower, but this thing right here has grown so much. This is my favorite part of the plant. I just love that green and white mix. And the other side's kind of yellow. He matches his planter like perfectly. So cool. All these new little spikies. Yeah, he's doing good. I chopped up one of my painted ladies, who was big and crazy. So we're starting her over as well. This guy's not doing good. I don't know if he's going to survive. Oh, that new leaf on this Hoya is awesome. Here is the new planty setup. Does it look cluttered? Maybe a little. Just on my kitchen counter, I decided to dedicate this space right here because it was just getting cluttered up with stuff anyway. Might as well be plants into a plant area. I had these extra strip grow lights, and I was like, this is a perfect place to put them. It's a good little section, and this is somewhere, I can put plants that I want to keep an eye on. So that's what I've done. I've got like a lot of my pretties, crystals and stuff over here as well. So right here, I've been really busy doing plant chores. This is Hoya Red Buttons, which is a variant of Pubicalix. I don't know. So many Pubicalix have different names, but look the exact same to me. This was a freebie that was sent to me in a package from an Etsy shop, and I just stuck it down in some water. Didn't really care too much about it, if I'm being honest. It rooted a lot, and it started to grow. I will say these leaves were gorgeous when they came in like super duper deep purple. They've lost a bit of it now, but I'm like, okay, it's rooted, it's growing. I gotta pot it up. Because y'all know I'm not great with like starter Hoyas. I'm really not. So I just put it in this little dinged up purple planter, and I think he's cute. He's sitting there for now. We've got my Hoya radicans luxurians cross right here, whom has struggled for a while unexpectedly because it's the easiest, fastest growing plant ever. So I'm like, what the heck? So I moved it in here to keep an eye on it and keep the mites off of it. And now it is growing again. We've got at least three new leaves getting ready to come in. So love that. Awesome. This is probably my favorite thing over here right now. So I also just a couple days ago chopped up my Syngonium strawberry milk because it wasn't doing good. Neglect, honestly, neglect. It was scraggly and it only had like a couple cuttings that were salvageable. So that's what I did. I chopped those cuttings off and just decided to ultimately restart it. And I don't know, I was just like, hey, this new vintage pottery dish that I got doesn't have drainage. It's perfect for sphagnum moss propagations because I like to, if I'm going to put something in moss to like root, I prefer it doesn't have drainage so the moss stays moist. It's already hard enough keeping the moss wet, you know? And yeah, I just decided to kind of put them together. I know it's only going to be in here for a short time because it's not going to look nice or do the plant justice once the plant starts to kind of like trail and grow. But for now, I think they're the perfect little match, the perfect little combo. It's a lot of pink, okay, I know, but I don't care. I love it. This plant is beautiful, just beautiful. And I want to get it grown back out so I can get a cutting to send my friend. I'd given her a cutting off of it, Ariel, a good while ago, and it didn't make it. It died, so I'm like, oh, I gotta save this plant so I can get another cutting to give her so she can try again. But the variegation is just so pretty. Some of these leaves are literally all pink. They're so cute though. I really like this leaf. That's a newer leaf right there. And this leaf. And this leaf, of course. It's just like the perfect minty green. And the cutest little pale pink. The pink is literally like the same exact color as the pot. Yeah, I don't know. I think these two are really cute together. I love looking at it. It keeps catching my attention and I'm just like admiring it. So really cute. Here's my little newer Pilea. It's living right here. My fishtail Hoya, where I can keep an eye on them, you know. I've got Rhopsalis paradoxa, who has been struggling a bit. So I moved it over here, trying to kind of like get it back on track. This, how cute is this, you guys? This is from Avon from like 1993 or something. I looked it up. It's from the early 90s. Avon, and it was a perfume oil or bath oil holder. The lid comes off. And my mom or grandmother had gotten this in the 90s, and then when they used all of the oil in it, they gave it to me to play with my little tea set, and I did indeed play with it. And I just got a bunch of stuff from my mom's from my childhood because they're moving soon, and this was one of the things, and so it's got the sticker still on there. So I'm like, oh, this is vintage and it's adorable and it's right up my alley and it's from my childhood, so it's special. So I'm going to display it in my home and I love it so much. And my little rose quartz with amethyst, my little crystal um, witch broom, just a little decoration piece. I think it's adorable here. Love her. And then we also have a crystal witch broom, which is very fitting. And some of my crystals, my little resin frog that I love dearly. The cutest, his little crystal lily pad. And then we have Begonia valensis. Oh, I can't remember the name of this begonia, but it was doing so well and growing so well and just like a breeze, right? And then it had some setbacks. So I moved it in here as well. I believe it was due to underwatering because where it was living in the plant room, I didn't get to it quick enough, often enough. And it's been a slow start back, but it's doing good and growing back now. So we've got these new leaves, we've got this new leaf right here, and there's another one coming in right there. So he's happy, he's doing a lot better. These plants are loving these lights, I think. So hopefully he will be back on track as well. This is like my little rehab hospital, if you will, for my plants. This is where they will come, particularly like the babies, to where I can keep an eye on them and just take the best care of them. Notice if there's any mishaps or, you know, bugs or anything like that. So, okay, so here is the cutting that I took from my variegated chickens. See if we can do this without knocking anybody over. So I've got this Mayhi in here. Don't want to talk about it. I've got Philodendron mexicanum right here that I need to just pot up because it's rooted. Here's another bit off of it. And then some more Mayai as well. Mayai. Here's the top cutting that I took that has pretty much reverted. So we've got this leaf. You know, there is specks of variegation. Who knows? The new leaf could be variegated. It could surprise me. This leaf, which again, specks of variegation. And then the newest leaf is what ultimately made me decide to chop it back to the mother plant that you've seen to try and encourage it to produce more variegation, because I love the green chia plants, but I really want the variegated, obviously. So this was the last newest leaf, and there's not even really a hint of variegation on it. Very upsetting. Now we do have a new leaf coming out right here. No idea what it's going to look like. I will update y'all whenever I know. If you're not following me on Instagram, it will be linked. It's linked in the description typically. Go follow me on Instagram because I post a lot of updates that I don't post on YouTube on my stories on Instagram. I keep updated on there pretty well. That. And then I had chopped up a good while ago, I chopped up this begonia torch, fire torch, because it was just leggy. It was growing really well and stuff, but it had lost all of the leaves from like the base all the way to about midway up, and it was just these long stems that only had growth on like the tips. So I decided to chop it and start it over, threw away the base because I don't need it, you know. It is so pretty though. When it's juvenile, it has the little polka dots, but whenever it's more mature, I really love it, the mature look of it. It looks more like this, a very deep, like hunter green with the red backs, and there's no polka dots on it. So it's been mature before, but I've, you know, with these cane begonias, you start them over. It's like a regular thing for me anyway. So yeah, there's him, and that is all in this area right here. My Black Pagoda lipstick plant right here. He sits usually on that little blue floral stool that I had in front of my IKEA cabinet that I was putting plants on. I have that setting here to kind of elevate him, and then he sits on this little wooden thing on that stool, so he's kind of up in the window getting light. I just actually chopped this back, like pruned it back a lot, a good bit, yesterday or the day before, because it had like a bunch of these woody vines with no leaves or just a couple leaves. So yeah, I pruned him way back. So he should be shooting off a bunch of new growth. I love the new leaves on these. So pretty. He should be shooting off a bunch of new growth, and be looking even more lush and full here pretty soon. Lipstick plants, yeah, they love to be pruned. It like really kickstarts them. So look how pretty. Such an unusual, like, odd markings on a plant, especially on the back sides of a plant to look like that. It's just really neat. So yeah, there's him. Okay, look over my dirty shelves. All right, what I need to show you guys really quickly an update on my jar. Usually have the lid on, but after I water, I take the lid off and kind of leave it off for a couple days just to let it air out. Don't want to cause any rot or anything like that. Oh, it's a new day, by the way. And I did go ahead and do my nails. So, do you remember when I unboxed these a few months back? This is a blue oil fern, and I just have these guys in it's a mix. Oh gosh, it looks like I need to add some more. It's a mix of perlite and vermiculite. They seem to be loving it. So anyway, for this guy to be such a slow grower, he has already grown so much. Like so much. Lots of new leaves. There's usually a couple that come in at a time. This is a new leaf. There's one down here. There's a little one right here coming in. And then this one is like, has grown a little arm attachment. Looks kind of funky. Super duper proud of this guy. I mean, there's a lot of new little bits down in there. And I'm just amazed at how much it's already grown. I know that being in mostly 100% humidity most of the time definitely is contributing to its awesome growth. But yeah, really exciting. I wish I could just like pull it out and really show you, but I can't. I can't. And then I got these from the same seller, I do believe. Yeah. This is a variegated green Congo philodendron marbled, I think is what it's called. And he was also just like tiny, tiny little guy. And he's growing quite fast. and sizing up quite fast. See these new leaves here. The variegation on this philodendron is just beautiful. Even for him to be such a little dude, he already displays such nice variegation. Look at this little like all white yellow leaf. And this is his brand new leaf. Still a little curled under. This leaf was really pretty too. I like that one. I like them all. I just think it's so striking. It's kind of foggy, but here's a little side view of them. Very proud of these guys. I don't know when they're going to graduate out of here. I would say I'm probably going to leave them in there until they like physically need to be removed. So they still got a ways to go. You know, they've got plenty of room in there. Maybe I'll end up putting someone else. I'll have to add more substrate, but over here perhaps, because we do still have some extra space in there. Well, I did chop up my philodendron giganteum variegated that we've seen in the last, I don't remember what video it was, walkthrough, update, I can't remember. I got rid of the rest of the plant and I just took this top cutting. This was his newest leaf, and I think anyway, and it's pretty much all green, so you know, these guys grow so insanely fast. So I'm not really like within a year it will probably be the size that it was when I just chopped it. So I'm not too worried about it. I am seeing some nice looking variegation on this rolled up leaf. Hasn't even unfurled yet and I can see the variegation. So hopefully now that I'm just kind of like starting it over, it is in moss. Oh my gosh, look at all of those roots. Holy cow. Oh my gosh, this needs a water by the way, but there are aerial roots going crazy in here. Jeez. Yeah, I'm anxious to see what that new leaf's gonna look like. Awesome. There's not too much else to see over here update wise. I mean, these guys are just still growing and, you know, getting it. Oh my gosh, that inflow is so goopy. What? The Syntherium pterodactyl though is doing well. It gave me another little leaf over there, but it's not really sizing up. So, and it's putting out another one back there. So we'll see what happens there. That's pretty much it for over here. And we have another beautiful new flower opened up on my orchid. Just gorgeous, always flowering. This other flower spike over here is getting ready to push out another one too. Lovely. You guys, I just showed this. I'm actually shocked. This ficus umbellata, we just took a look at in a previous video a while back. And I had mentioned that it was like coming back for me and doing well again. Like it put off all this new growth after I almost lost it. But all the leaves were like really tiny. And this is super bare. Well, I did try to notch it. You see some sap there. I notched it in a few places just recently, so we will see if anything happens with that. However, after filming that video, I just kind of like set this guy right here and left him. I didn't put him back on the landing where he was living. And within a few days, all of these leaves that were little, like all of them except for that one, got bigger out of nowhere. So I don't know. I think it really likes this spot. It gets a little bit of light from there. And then there's some, it's distant, but light coming from the Mars Hydro over there. I don't know. I think it prefers this spot over where I've had it living because of just how much the leaf sized up within a few days of setting here. And it had had some of these leaves for a long time, like weeks and weeks. So that shocked me to come in here a couple days later, like getting ready to move it back and notice what it had done, the way it sized up. I'm looking. Do you have spider mites? Looks a little sus. It might have some spider mites. I'm not sure. Maybe. Not like a bad infestation, but I'm probably going to go ahead and treat him. But isn't that crazy how much it went ahead and sized up? So I'm just going to leave it here if it's happy here. And like I said, I just like maybe a week ago added these notches at some of the nodes. So I'm trying to encourage it to branch off down the main stem somewhere so it's not so naked, because I would prefer to do that rather than like chop it down. But if I have to chop it down, now I really don't want to chop it down because those leaves are so fanned out and pretty and big now. Like they're not as big as it was when I got it, but it's a lot better than what it was doing, you know? Oh, my variegated string of hearts are just gorgeous. They are so pink. I think I'm gonna have to repot this soon because it is drying out faster than I can really keep up. And so I am losing some loose. It's so long and untamed, unmanageable, but it's just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Top is still looking pretty good as well. See some new growth coming in there. Anyway, love her. I wanted to show you this on my Red Beauty. It did finally push out this new leaf, and it's beautiful. It's still little, still gonna grow, I believe. But yeah, this plant's really easy. It's been a slow grower, and I do believe it's my own fault. Hopefully we'll get another one out of there soon, and this one will size up more than it is, but I'm just happy to have another new leaf. Okay, new leaf on my Vitarifolium, little cutie. I thought there was another one on there somewhere, but I'm not sure. There's two different growth points in there, I believe. And then here's what I ended up doing with this new Hoya. It's actually Hoya Pink Flamingo, or Hoya Flamingo is the actual name, I believe. It was like Hoya Shining Sea Star is the brand name of the plant, but it's a cultivar of a sport. I think it's actually a sport of the Queen, Crimson Queen. Anyway, so I did repot her. I'd picked up a few different sizes of these clear planters that I like to use for a lot of my airways. And so I repotted her in that, and then I gave her this little tree leaf trellis. And I'm excited to see what she does. I really am hopeful that I can get this Hoya to flower, but time will tell. And then the other new Hoya that I got, Hoya species Saba, is that it? Saba? So I did something similar. I repotted it. This one really needed repotted as well in one of these planters, and then I gave it this bamboo trellis right here, and I just kind of like laid the vines up against it. Okay, so there's that. If you can hear my kids, I'm sorry. And then this anthurium that I believe is mixed with magnificum. It's a magnificum hybrid that I got from Home Depot. This is the one that was in the water globe. So I repotted it. Well, I potted it up in soil. It had a really nice root system. I had to remove one leaf. That one's looking a little, I might go ahead and remove that one too. But the rest of the foliage is looking pretty nice. Looks good. It's handled that transition from water to soil well, it appears. So behind my Pallidiflorum here is the other Home Depot anthurium that I also repotted in one of the clear planters. Oh, I didn't remove a leaf off of that, I don't think. It was this one that I removed a leaf off of that had some like blight looking stuff. I don't think it was blight, but it made me uncomfy, so we got rid of it, okay? But it's doing really well. As also, it's been like 3 days, 4 days since I repotted these guys. So everybody's handling it well. After I repotted, I went ahead and watered them in. So far, so good. So we shall see. This is the Silver Blush hybrid. Possibly Silver Blush Doraki. I'm not 100% sure. If you know, feel free to enlighten us, but it's just beautiful. Isn't it gorgeous? The silver sparkly venation is just awesome. Awesome, awesome. Let's come back here. I think I'm going to get rid of this one. I'm going to see if my friend wants it because I just don't need it. And I would like to free up my little vintage planter back there for something else because that's just not doing it for me. Sorry. Anthurium that keeps getting spider mites. Probably needs another treatment. This was his new leaf though. I might have already shown this, but you can see the spider mite damage. New leaf on my philodendron white wizard. Another new leaf on the second growth point, secondary growth point. It's so pretty. I love this guy. He's just growing up the wall here on that bamboo stake. But I love that we have another plantlet down here kind of like filling out the rest of the pot. So he can be nice and full because up until this point, he's just been this one stem. So love that. Use this cord. My beautiful Albosingonium is doing awesome. Like it's just going and going and going. Going and going and going. Beautiful as ever. Multiple growth points. Pretty lipstick blooms. Yeah, this guy is just like full of all new growth. Pretty sure I showed this in that my last update video too, but it's grown even more. What can I say? Growing even more, and the new growth is just so satisfying to me. And yeah, little bundles of the little bell blooms all over. But this right here, I am so shocked at how fast this little growth on my booby cactus is sizing up. Like this little tiny one has been coming in for a couple of months and it's just still so tiny. But it just out of nowhere, like a month ago, shot off this little growth on the side. And it is just, I'm shocked with how big it's getting. And the fact that it's nice and plump, because this guy I did struggle with underwatering and he got pretty dehydrated. So I'm happy that the growth here is nice and plump and juicy. But yeah, that's crazy. I don't know that I've ever seen a booby cactus with like multiple arms and stuff growing off of it. I mean, I know it exists, but I've just not seen it. Like typically when you see a booby cactus, it's just one stalk. So this is going to be interesting. I can't wait to see what he ends up looking like. And I was getting ready to chop this guy like down to here because he's getting so tall and wonky. But now that this has happened, I take it as him telling me he doesn't want to be chopped. He wants to just grow arms and go crazy. So that's what we're going to let him do. Down here, so we seen my variegated polybatra in the cabinet that I cut. So now we can get a better look. This is what my variegated polybatra was in. And yeah, I needed to chop him. Okay, so I chopped him because he was getting leggy down at the bottom. And the propagations are growing in the cabinet, but they're kind of reverting. And already the mama stem here is pushing off these little babies. Look how cute they are. For a variegated plant too, this variegated polybatra is a really fast grower. Like fast grower, propagates quickly. It's great. Yeah, all of these new little leaves already, and you can see they are highly variegated. So this particular peperomia really likes that window. So I'm gonna move the piece that I cut back into this window soon. So maybe it can get some of that variegation back on it because it just seems to be losing it. But how cute is that?